Australia had just experienced the start of one of the best snow seasons in decades, and we were keen to get there while the powder was fresh. That's why we were here, and our first stop before the snow was Harrows at Lake Crakenback Resort, where David Harrison was preparing the ideal kit for all our gang, 2 boys plus mum and dad.
On your foot. Can't put it in yet, I haven't undone it. Okay, Tyler, just step back for me. Oh, yes, just the right size, right up to your chin.
So what happens here? I've filled out all the forms now.
Okay, so what we're going to do, the people that are skiing, they've got all their heights, weights, and there's 5 different things that determine the release setting for binding. And that the height, weight, age, your boot sole length, which is the length of your boot sole, and your ability. Yes. Okay, and that's all added together or put into a system. I've got a computer system which then calculates the release setting that binding will be at its optimum operating setting. Yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah.
With skis and snowboards in hand, we ventured on to the alpine resort of Thredbo. Thredbo was established back in 1956 when the first chairlifts and lodges transformed the snowy terrain into a snow rider's dream. Thanks to that early vision, inspired by none other than a Czech ski enthusiast working on the snowy hydro scheme, Thredbo took off. It soon developed into the cool year-round resort it is today. Thredbo began with its first skiers at Friday Flat or Crakenback Peak. It was on the beginners area of Friday Flat that we would eat some snow before tackling the ski runs.
Okay, so I'm definitely not ready for those long runs yet, but Thredbo is a great place to learn how to ski. And it is advisable that you take lessons, whether it's for a snowboard or for skis like this. So let's go and see how I fare on the snow today.
This is the gateway to 480 hectares of great snow riding territory, and skiers head here from throughout the world, many enjoying 2 winters in both hemispheres. You can learn a step at a time before venturing to higher ground. For the youngsters, it's always much easier. Well, most of the time.
This is really hard. I don't know how to get up straight.
Tyler joined a gaggle of pint-sized skiers and was snow ploughing like a pro in no time. Then we ventured a little higher.
Oh, this is good exercise. We're certainly warming up now. Now's our first chance for a downhill run.
Okay, so Tyler and I were still standing, but how was Dylan faring on his snowboard?
I've never been on the snow before, but today's going to be my first snowboarding lesson.
With snowboarding, it's generally easier the younger you start, due to the different technique required to turn and stop, and the definite advantages of no fear and less further to fall. There are 14 chairlifts here. Thredbo has the longest runs in Australia, with the most vertical terrain to match. With the efficient lifting system, you can rip turns all day long.
The thing is, up here in the high country, the weather can be quite unpredictable, and as you can see today, we've got a rather windy day and it's pretty cold, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Do you like skiing in these conditions?
I love skiing in these conditions.
You like skiing in any conditions?
Any conditions, yeah.
So how long have you been skiing here at Thredbo?
Since I was 2.
Wow, so can you say how many years that is?
Well, 35 now.
Oh, so quite a while, yeah? Yeah, and is it an easy ski field? I mean, it's got some pretty long runs, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, Thredbo's got a mixture of skiing for beginners right through to your experts. So we've got an area specifically for beginners as well.
I heard it's got the longest runs in
the snow,
yeah?
3.6 kilometres. is the longest run, so that's
Yeah.
a long run for most of Australian ski fields.
Now that's ideal if you like speed. Thredbo's snowmaking facilities are also impressive and pump out plenty of snow when conditions allow. The main winter season is from June 9 until the 1st of October. The variety of terrain parks allows for some great stunt and snowboarding action, and there are plenty of annual events held here if you like the competition, the thrills and the spills. Thredbo has free night skiing, a hip village scene, cool facilities, plenty of accommodation and a wonderful playground for kids, both young and old. So what are you waiting for?